Hello everyone, X Trades here again. It is Thursday, December 18th, and I wanted to make a video because today was a big day for macro stuff. We had US CPI came in cool, 2.6 versus 3% actual, which is a surprise to the downside. And that means that the Fed can now cut rates more aggressively. It leaves room for that. Trump's been screaming about lower rates nonstop, which is bearish dollar. And so naturally we had a reaction, although I'm kind of why I wanted to make a video. I thought we'd see more of a reaction on DXY. Over here you can see bonds. These reacted what we would expect. I mean, we saw a fall off. We look at the support here. We lost this support, and this is kind of the last line in defense, which is holding for now. And then this would be the kind of top end resistance here. Yeah, so the 10-year is kind of hanging on. And for me, in my previous video, I was talking about TLT. I mean, this could just fall right over with this new data. I mean, we could be looking at something like this, where we've now hit the top end and we're actually resuming back to the bottom, which would be bullish TLT. So I actually picked up some TLT this morning. Where is it? I should close all these. I'm going to go into these after. TLT, here it is. If you watched my previous video, I was interested in this area as a support. And we're coming up on this area as well. And so I front ran it like traditional charting. If we weren't looking at the macro landscape, you would be looking for a reaction here. This is currently resisting, so you would actually short this down. But I'm front running, and I'm assuming that this is going to be a deviation, and then we're going to resume up to here, based on the fact that cooler CPI gives room for yields to fall. So generally that's bullish equities, because lower rates means more liquidity in the system, but it's also a sign of a weaker economy. So the higher rates have been working, and yeah, now we're looking at that. It should also be bullish commodities, because if the dollar's worth less, commodities should go up in price. Look at natural gas. That's probably weather. Short term, I mean, I'm long natural gas right now, but that is just a perfect continuation, bearish continuation on the 4-hour. So I might get stopped out there. We'll see. If it retests and then reclaims, that would be really bullish. Let's look at oil. Oil's actually doing okay. If anything, this is looking okay. It's actually holding on here. There's some Venezuela news which sent us up $1. So I'm not as much worried about a $1 or $2 move. I'm more worried about a bigger scale. So that's fine. We can keep holding that. The real tail of the tape today was, aside from yields, which have responded what we would expect, is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin had quite a morning. So if you remember my last video, I was talking about shorting this spike, and my intended target was to come down to here, see the reaction, and I was actually looking for a continuation. So I made a mistake. And my mistake was, when this held, I didn't trust the 4-hour time frame, and so I let it go up to break even. And what happened is we went back up, we retested this zone again, and then we failed. So guess what I did? I shorted, and it actually looked really bullish for a second, because we had a couple candles here right on the SR flip, and that's generally quite bullish. But my goal here with Bitcoin, kind of what I was saying before, is I don't want to get caught in the weeds. I want to stick to my process, and I'm going to follow those rules. And then if they stop working, then I need to change them. But I need data to be able to do that. So I see this actually as range bound short term. Like on the hourly, we're range bound. This is holding and this is holding, which is great for trading. So I took this. I took this as paper this morning, and my actual trade, my money trade, was Ether. And Ether for me made this beautiful channel. This wasn't there yet. It was like this morning. And it retested, and because it's in a downtrend, if we zoom out, Ether I was bearish as well, and it's overall in a downtrend. And I'm looking for shorts. I'm not looking for longs in a downtrend. So I took the short here at 29.60, I think. And this one was really nice. This was a great trade. I still have it open. I just moved my stops to break even. I probably should close it actually now that I'm looking at this, because I'll be able to get in. Let me see. I'll be able to get in if this retests. And if we lose this, I can short there. So I'm actually going to close that right now. But yeah, this reaction was crazy. I mean, we had this huge spike up, which is a normal reaction to a rate cut situation, and it got giga nuked right away. So to me, that just shows where Bitcoin's at, where crypto's at. Hyper bearish in general, even though this is short time frame. Seeing that this is getting slammed down repeatedly, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. So that maybe is a case for holding this, but it's at support. Just it depends how much attention I want to give it. Just take the money and move on. Ripple is kind of the same as yesterday. So let's take a look. I'm doing this live. I haven't actually looked at the Forex charts yet. I want to zoom out a bit to see. Yeah. Where's JXY? Where's USD/JPY? See, the dollar's rallying. See, what's interesting is we have yields drop. Yields are down almost 1%, but the dollar is rallying. So I'm wondering. That's an odd reaction. Like, that's a little irrational at the moment. Let's see. Silver is finally cooling off. I mean, 1% is nothing. This thing needs to take a breather. I won't be shorting this. Gold, see, gold tapped all-time highs. Back inside. Interesting. Like, look at that. So, what this tells me, this is setting up for a short trigger. What this tells me is that the market is scared of risk right now in terms of commodities, because crypto and gold are nuking, but indices went up. Gap up, turmoil. Okay, let's go over the Meg 7. Meg 7. I kind of like doing this live. I don't know, could be a bad format, but it is very authentic. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA reversed the gains from last night. This is still holding pattern for me. If you really wanted to go in the weeds, I guess there's a long position forming here. I mean, you could look for something like this, but I don't really have too much for NVIDIA here. There's nothing there for me. That's one we can watch in the future, though. I mean, if you know what the Meg 7's doing, you know what everything's doing. AMD, these lows are holding. What is this, November lows? I don't remember what happened in November. Meta, I mean, this is pretty obvious. So you can long above. This is looking bullish, actually. It's funny because Meta was looking a little bit bullish last time, too. I would never buy here for me. There's nothing. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Tesla's hanging on. Tesla's always a good indicator of risk on, right? Like if people are buying Tesla at all-time highs. It's just in risk on situations, you usually see Bitcoin go. Which is why I think I am bearish Bitcoin still. Microsoft recovered. So this is where we're seeing the NDQ lift from. Apple, Google, a rollover. Interesting. Let's see Costco. Costco is actually bearish. I mean, the valuation's so out of whack now, but yeah, we lost this major support. So in an uptrend, you're looking for it to deviate and then keep going. But in general, like look at the RSI too. So you'd look for, I guess this is ready for a continuation, but I mean, if this rejects, then this looks likely. But can't really ignore the uptrend. So I would assume this is going to pick up some steam. It's just the problem too with the market is everything's so overvalued right now based on what a normal price earning metric or something would be. Yeah, I'm going to look at one more meta. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, Palantir. Whoops. Palantir, I took a paper short. This is kind of another one that I look at for risk. How are people judging risk? It's still fighting here. Either way this breaks, so whether it goes up or down, this is tension, right? Like this is showing you, okay, we're either going up out of here or we're going down. And also typically a consolidation before, I actually want to take a consolidation before resistance like this, typically bullish. The same way that this consolidated and then it finally broke up. The question is, and for me, when I'm looking at trades, I always think of what is it going to cost me to take this trade? And is it worth it? So in the case of this consolidation, let's say I buy this breakout. Okay, so if I take the target, which is the 1.6 out of the range, which it actually hit perfectly. So this is a perfect case scenario. For me to take this trade, I really need to put my stop down here because that is the confirmed. I know below here I'm wrong, right? And this, my target is here. That's a 0.9R trade. It's going to cost me more if I'm wrong than not. Now you can do it up here. Like there's maybe a daily level that makes sense. Like there's a gap here. You can maybe argue there. Could be a spot for a stop. It's pretty aggressive. I don't hate it. But this isn't really that great risk reward, especially when you're looking at the first breakout of a consolidation zone. So here, the setup is actually the exact same. So for me to go long here, it would be a bit tighter. It'd be there, and I'm looking here. It's only a 1.9R trade, which is actually good. I mean, it's good. But on a trade like this, I'm going to want to get my stop up pretty quick because it's going to be a quick pop. Like this only took 3 days, smoked the top, came back down. So yeah, it is like cautiously bullish-ish, but I'm looking for higher risk reward setups in general, especially on the longer time frames because you can be more picky. Like who cares if I don't take the trade? Whereas if this rejects, comes back down here, gets back inside, well, now I'm taking a 4R trade, right? And that just makes way more sense for me anyways. But yeah, that's how I would look at that. Okay, let's get one more thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that interests me. I'm probably missing stuff. But yeah, indices, I think my outlook's still the same. On the low time frame, we have, I don't like getting this granular, but we've got a like kind of a breakout. I don't like going that low of a time frame. Point being, this level held for now. Level held for now. So if that's true, we're targeting back to here until otherwise. But the momentum of this move, like the bigger move, momentum of the bigger move is towards green still. We just can't rule out a retest. And then I need to figure out a plan for me to go long. I guess I would buy a breakout above. You would expect it to retest though, so there's probably going to be another opportunity to get in. So the most bullish would be bounce, sweep, come back down, and then if it went again, I would buy that. That would be a pretty good. And then we set up the targets. Again, uptrend, right? Back the trend. But also why it's significant that this is rolling over. So I'm not ruling out green still. Nothing of note. But that did lift a pop. Ironically, like the data is bearish for economy, but more liquidity in the system is bullish stocks. So yeah, I'm still short via being long stocks, and I hit my target perfectly. And see, this is where I need to refine. This is exactly why I made this channel. If I had just taken my profit here, bang, close it, 2.4 hour trade, that would have been awesome. I mean, that would have been a nice 18%. It's good. But yeah, this is quite bullish. So I don't know, when we invert NDQ, it looks just like a healthy pullback on the way to. But happy to be proven wrong, and we'll adjust course as things fly. So that's kind of what I'm seeing today. I thought it was a really interesting day. Anytime something big like that happens, you know, it's really cool to see how the market reacts. And here, for the 10-year, we're looking at resistance and then back down. If it continues, I need to probably get out of TLT. And in general, that's going to be really bearish equities, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.